Who else was uncomfortable during the Toy Bonnie and L-Chip makeout sesh? After 8 years, the FNAF movie came out, and it was way closer to Willy's Wonderland than I wanted. Look at the critics' scores, dude. What the fuck are the critics doing? Did they not realize every animatronic movie doesn't have Nicolas Cage? I'm mostly making this video out of necessity. I did the trailer thing with the rats, and I talked about the movies that were made basically just because this one took so long. I probably won't give the most detailed review or the most original opinions, but there's some interesting things to mention. So yeah, spoiler alert, by the way, Balloon Boy jump scares you 3 times. We were freaking the fuck out. It was just too much. It's a miracle the movie even released. Again, it's been like 8 years in development hell, and I'm sorry. I liked what we got, but if this was the good script, then I don't want to see what Plushies Take Manhattan was.
Dear God, thank you for the food we are about to receive and our friends and family. Amen.
The movie just doesn't feel like it took that many drafts and rewrites, and it actually did. You know what I mean? But it's Scott's vision. He wanted the Freddy and Bonnie table shot. Blame him. The movie follows Mike Schmidt.
Sorry?
Unlike the games where it's heavily implied Mike Schmidt is also the son of Afton himself, Michael Afton.
It's me, Michael. I did it.
Here he's this kind of guy who really likes sleeping with the power of drug addiction.
This is like a reference to FNAF 4, right?
He takes these so he can try to remember what the man that kidnapped his brother looks like. And there's so many of these scenes. I think there's too much. And there's stupid stuff like, oh yeah, man, come on, yeah, that really scared me. I fell on the floor and nobody found me for weeks. But honestly, these aren't that bad. Mostly just because the kid acting as Golden Freddy Spirit is actually an amazing actor, especially for a little kid. All I'm saying is that I never cringed at this kid's lines, but Matthew Lillard wasn't so lucky.
I always come.
And then all the other kids are like,
follow me.
all of the acting in this movie is fine. There's just some spots in the script where I really don't know how any actor would make it sound good. Mike is played by Josh Hutcherson, who I really only know as the kid from Polar Express and Zathura. Do you remember Zathura? That movie is in like top 10 movies of all time for me. It's better than this movie, I'm sorry.
Well, what does it do? Anything I want. Give me a juice box, biatch.
Is this scary? Vanessa was fine. She's still really confusing though. Like, she works in this movie's context, like if you don't know anything about the games, but also many aspects of this movie kind of rely on you having to know about the games.
Freddy? Not Freddy.
What the fuck do you mean that's not Freddy? I liked all the random, like, not main character performances, like the stupid gang breaking into the pizzeria. Max and Jeff are fun characters. He looks like Breaking Bad Todd.
Hey, what kind of pizza do you like?
Carl is there, and Hank, my dear Uncle Hank.
As if the suffering wasn't enough.
Whatever you do not be related to William Afton.
For some reason, people thought Uncle Hank was going to be this movie's version of Henry Emily. I don't really know why. The only connection I can think of is that he's against the Fazbear Initiative, and he kind of looks like Henry from that one shitty character encyclopedia. Guys, you know they would get like Jack Black to play Emily or some shit, not Christian Stokes via cameo.
Cover yourself in pizza.
I still love Uncle Hank, and he has like maybe 4 lines, and half of them are screaming. The trailer basically showed all of these characters dying, and people still thought they would be important.
Hey, connection terminated. It's me. I'm actually the real Uncle Hank. No! Goodbye, Mr. Afton.
I always come back!
See you later, alligator.
But honestly, my favorite performance is probably Doug. They canceled FNAF Plus. This scene caught me off guard because bam, Sparky reference, bam, nope, that's not a penis, that's my dessert.
Thanks, Matt.
We were so overwhelmed by grief that we didn't even catch him saying this shit. That's just a theory. You fucking whippersnapper. Why did I write that?
Welcome to Sparky's. Could I set you folks up with some appetizers?
We are not eating.
Fuck you!
I didn't expect this, mostly because Matt Pat just fucking lied. Like, during live streams, he acted really sad that he wasn't invited, and honestly, that's funny as fuck. He should just lie to his fans more. Scott Cawthon named him Ness. You snarky son of a bitch. Matt Pat should have stuck with the best boobs in gaming. He's way in over his head. There's some other YouTuber cameos, which are alright. Daco and a bunch of other YouTubers are on the SpongeBob Employee of the Month wall, and I love it so much. Especially when it's smashed with a baseball bat. Look out, Daco!
I will give you the remnant to live forever if you help me.
Corey X Kenshin has his own role as the cab driver, and I honestly wasn't really familiar with him until I watched some of his videos, and it was this.
If you don't have a Whopper, I'll take a Baconator instead.
Oh, you think you at Wendy's, huh?
His reaction is a little too, like, YouTuber reaction for my taste. Like, he might as well be reading off an ad for fucking Air Up. Everyone can tell he's out of place. But honestly, I like his inclusion because he was a long-time fan. Like, he met Scott before. It's obvious why he's in this, but yes, I would rather have Smike. Jacksepticeye isn't in the movie. In fact, he said he didn't like it. You can have your opinions. I don't really care. Like, a lot of people didn't like it. weren't you in Free Guy?
He looks like an NPC, but he's running around leveling up crazy fast by being the freaking good guy. Who the hell even knows who this blue shirt guy is? But I'll tell you this. He's got me thinking about NPCs and how I play the game.
Markiplier was going to be involved, but he couldn't due to being too busy not playing my friend's game FNAF Plus. And also, he's making his own movie based on Iron Lung, that one game that I think exists. Probably the right call to focus on your own movie rather than show up in a funny bear movie for like 2 minutes. Markiplier would have played the night guard at the beginning of the movie that got killed, and honestly, it's probably for the best. I wouldn't take anything in this movie seriously if it started with that shit. The guy they did get actually does an amazing job at being a scared little guy, and I love the little noises he makes.
This movie would go way harder if this was AJ Pinkerton. Just think of it. Think of it.
A lot of people were mad the movie wasn't rated R, and honestly, what the hell did you expect? What you wanted? Bloody, drug, sex, McKill the game? I heard a baby crying in the theater. Nobody gives a shit.
It's not just their ghosts that are inside of those machines. It's their bodies.
Mash it?
No. There's not a lot of gore in the games, unless you want to count this Super Mario Bros. .exe bullshit. So the amount of gore we got was fine. Max's kill kind of looks stupid and made me forget I was watching a movie that was anticipated for 8 years. But they show the gang's bodies like shoved into suits later on, and hey, it's got gore. It's a little bit disturbing if you're scared by these videos.
But there's also one on the Nexus that makes both Chica and Roxy, quote, bigger in certain areas, as the mod author describes it. I don't know if I'll be talking about Chica until I get a girlfriend, honestly, at this point. Oh well, either way, at least I have Chica until I don't need her anymore, which is proving to take longer than I had hoped. To not only be chased by one, but multiple women is actually the dream.
My man Hank was shoved into Sparky the dog. I'm gonna be sick. We were so surprised seeing this thing become real. From fake rumor to this, it's amazing. The fucker was always there in that back room. Now where's this asshole? Shadow Freddy is just a spare suit, which is funny because that's exactly how it's portrayed in Night 5, which is some fan film that I will continue to reference. People also complained about how friendly the animatronics are throughout most of the film and the famous fort scene, but honestly, I think it's the right idea. These animatronics are just kids, and also they just kind of need to build back up that friendliness the characters should have. It makes it more surprising whenever they're like killing people with guns or whatever the fuck they do. My biggest problem with the movie is probably all of the stuff outside the pizzeria. The mall stuff was actually really cool. I wish there was more of Jeremiah picking up that tiny ass book with his big ass hand. But all of the Aunt Jane stuff, I just don't really care that much. I'm kind of fine with it now, but it felt like that dragged on a little too long. Same with the Garrett flashback stuff, like I said. The movie honestly needed better time management or just a longer runtime. Like, what happened to all the flashbacks was like, fixed Foxy. Dude, Willy's Wonderland had a flashback. You fucked up. A lot more time could have went to stuff that really needed elaboration. I get it. It's Scott Cawthon. His own kids don't know when they were born. But come on, a lot of this stuff is kind of hard to get, especially for general audiences. That's why the critics' score is like that. They couldn't wrap their heads around Golden Freddy.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
This is kind of starting a new conversation, but it's a good example. In this movie, Vanessa is William's daughter, which is someone who's talked about Vanny for like 20 minutes like a fucking weirdo. It's just really strange. But in this canon, it makes sense. It's its own canon. She didn't really have to speak like specifically Vanessa, but sure, Scott loves reusing the same 5 names. But during the reveal, they don't want to show that it's the same guy who hired Mike, so she shows him this picture.
He's my father.
That's your father? The fucking robot bunny?
I will shoot you.
White people.
Like, if I didn't know shit and I wasn't someone who's talked about the FNAF musical like 3 times, I would be extremely confused by half the shit in this movie. Like, what the hell are spring locks? They're briefly touched on by Vanessa as old technology that used to be used in the suits, but The explanation about them being both mascot suits and animatronics is never stated, so it kind of just looks like a torture device for no reason. And also, our example of a spring-lock suit doesn't really make sense. It's like some fucking thing from the books named Ella, and the spring locks just go off by movement. You're supposed to be like fucking dancing and hugging people in these things. Why is it just a bear trap? It should malfunction via cause that usually would not happen, like the suit coming in contact with water. Also, the Ella suit is like the size of a small girl. No performer could get in this suit. Why do you have this thing, Afton?
Well, it's probably because he's a serial killer.
First I killed your brother.
Why does Mike just not react whenever it's the same guy who hired him? This is new information. Is he stupid? I like Matthew's performance. Matthew. No, I really do, but some parts of the script were iffy, and he ultimately feels underutilized, but the battle against him is the best scene in the movie, so yeah, you did good, Lillard. I always liked this guy, and his performance as Afton is honestly great. One of the most unjust moments in cinema is when they replaced Matthew and Scoob with the fucking Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs guy. Fuck off. Matthew is Shaggy, and he's still a big celebrity. This has nothing to do with FNAF. I don't care.
What the fuck? Damn it! Holy shit!
I have problems, but I couldn't see anyone else in the role. Well, actually, maybe the Night 5 guy.
Get the fuck out of here.
His introduction as Steve Raglan is great, and I can't tell if it's a better showing of his character than the actual ending. It's a shame the reveal wasn't at all a big surprise, since every time Daco saw this guy, he would just immediately say,
William Afton, I can't pause it.
I will take anything.
William Afton.
Although it is funny to hear the name William Afton in a major motion picture. Chico wasn't funny. Now Afton, that's fucking hilarious. The scene of him just walking in is cool as fuck, and even though it's silly as hell, I still really like him, like fucking Wario shoulder bashing Mike and kicking him. The voice Matthew does actually fits, but it's kind of hard to not be used to the stupid British voice that's been around forever.
Hello, everybody. It is me, yes.
I can't say I'm a big fan of the weird filter on his voice, though, but whenever he takes the mask off and he sounds like Tigger, I'm all for that.
You are wretched, rotten little beast. I made you.
For some reason, Cupcake initiates the spring locks.
People are defending this line with their life. This is the hill you want to die on because it's not even a hill, it's a pothole in the road.
I get it's kind of his catchphrase, but in this context it just doesn't make sense. He hasn't come back before. This is his first time dying. He can't always come back if this is his first time leaving. It's almost like he realized he should say his catchphrase before he died and quickly coughed that out and fucked off.
I always come back.
That sounded a lot better in my head.
Smell of the undead. My fave.
Something like "I'll come back" would have worked fine. Afton saying this line is especially weird because I'm pretty sure the original in Pizzeria Simulator is a fucking Chucky reference.
I'll be back. I always come back.
The last line your main villain says shouldn't be from something else. It's an adaptation. Adapt the line in a way that makes sense. You know what would have been cool? Maybe not as his final line, but I really wanted to see him say something he said in the Silver Eyes novel. And what makes you think they won't kill you? Because I am one of them. That goes hard as shit. I just wanted to see that. But instead we got...
You know what the best part about killing somebody is?
Overall, the movie was pretty good for at least FNAF fans, and I think it deserves its success. It's just kind of cool to see this small indie game win this much and become more recognizable than the thing it was based on. Fuck you, Pasquale. If I didn't mention a lot of specific important stuff, it's because I probably liked them. Like, Abby's acting is good, the animatronics are absolutely amazing, and I really enjoy seeing the return of practical effects, especially to this scale. Foxy is a full-on animatronic, and holy shit, it looks like you could knock him over really easily. The Living Tombstone song playing at the end is probably one of my favorite things that ever happened. That was amazing hearing that. I thought the movie was good, but my taste is kind of horrible, and I can't wait for the sequel. It's her time, bitches.
Hey guys! Have you seen my cupcake anywhere?
The voice of an angel.
God damn it.
God damn it, fuck! Is he trying to do Fun Guy? Oh no, that was just wasn't part of... What? What is this, like, old-ass phone he pulls out? It's just, like, on his desk. What is... That's like it's a fucking TV remote. What is...
At the driver in the
old man's fault. Behind the bushes, said you got me screaming for more. Down in the basement, and like the cellar down, baby. Talk dirty to me.
It's so gross. Oh, all these people are disgusting in here. Why'd I pick this theater? Am I in Rock Bottom from SpongeBob? There's probably big giant ogre moms bringing their kids in, shitting in my popcorn bucket. There's probably people jerking off in the theater.
Now get the fuck out of here.